Hello, everybody. Welcome to Know Your Mojo Sports Edition. My name is Julian McKenzie. I'm the host for this show. Yeah, you may have already tuned into some of the other Know Your Mojo trivia shows. Today, we are doing it sports style. You may be familiar with the concept. If you're not necessarily as familiar, we're going to be asking 10 trivia questions. And you can write the answers in on the chat. Jem, my good friend Jem is here. Say hello to the people, Jem.
Hi, hello.
Jem is going to be working the laptop today. He's going to be moderating all the comments, and he'll pick out the first person to get the question right for each of the questions. And if you win, if you get the question right, you're going to win some sweet Mojo merch. So you have all your opportunities to play. 10 questions. Stick around through the end to hear how you can win these prizes and for participating as well. Sounds like it's going to be a really fun game, Jem. I'm really excited for this.
I always like doing these shows, man. It's going to be exciting.
Are you a sports person?
Not quite.
That's fine.
That's fine.
That's totally fine. You don't even necessarily have to be like the biggest sports person to do this. But anyway, we'll start with the first question here. The World Cup. The FIFA World Cup just finished.
Yeah.
It was a really great World Cup, arguably the best I've ever seen. France, the winner of this year's World Cup, in part due to teenager Kylian Mbappe. A lot of people like saying that name, Mbappe.
It's a good name.
Yeah, it's a really good name. In part due to him, he scored in the final against Croatia, and he became the second teenager to score in a World Cup final. The very first question we ask you here, who was the first teenager to score in a World Cup final? So yeah, the guy who did it is a legend. The guy the first person who did it is an absolute legend. A hint I'll give you guys here, as the answers are starting to flow through here on YouTube, the player scored in the 1958 World Cup for Brazil in a 5-2 victory over Sweden. Sweden also did relatively well at this year's World Cup as well.
That's true.
Yeah.
I've followed some of it, not the entire thing, because Turkey wasn't on it.
Yeah.
And I'm a Turkish person, so.
Well, they had that big year in 2002, right?
They did, yeah. And that's the last time I care about soccer, to be perfectly honest.
I don't know. I like how the World Cup is able to kind of bring people together, even if you're not necessarily like the biggest soccer fan in the world. People are able to just kind of enjoy the game. People are able to just kind of come together. You go to bars and watch it. After France won, seeing people go into the streets and celebrate it, it's always a fun time. Always a great tournament. I'm gonna love it when it comes back in 4 years. Do we have?
We do.
Do we have a winner here?
Yes, we do.
Who got the answer?
The person who got the answer is Hunter Harjo.
Okay.
Harjo.
Okay.
Who correctly guessed Pele.
It is Pele. Pele was the first teenager to score in a World Cup final. He was 17 years old. I was not alive for it. Jem, I don't think you were alive for that either. No.
They let 17-year-olds play in the cup back then.
Yeah. Well, if you're Pele, definitely. He scored a hat trick.
He was, yeah, I've heard of him.
Yes, so congratulations to the person who got the first question right. Pele, the answer for question 1. Number 2, we go to Forbes magazine. They put out their annual list of the world's highest paid athletes every year. And this is a photo of number 2 on that list. You can see he's holding a goat. This was actually taken just before the World Cup. The greatest World Cup, crashing out in the first round of the knockout stages. That's Lionel Messi, for those of you who don't know. You should know.
Everybody should know Messi.
Everyone should know Lionel Messi. So the question we're looking for here, the question is, we don't want to give the answer right away. The question is, who was number 1 on the Forbes list of world's highest paid athletes? I don't want to start giving out answers here. I've only been doing this for like 2 minutes. That'd be terrible. Yeah. But literally, this guy who's atop this list is literally money. That's his nickname.
That's true.
Like I think it's a pretty good hint. And I mean, like if you call yourself Money, you go by the name Money, you have to be pretty good. You have to be really good. He's also undefeated in his sport that he plays. He has never lost. Undefeated, never lost, word to LeVar Ball. But yeah, seriously, this guy is literally money. Like literally, like, come on. If you're not able to get this, like, he's literally money. Like, come on, man.
A lot of people are listing a bunch of soccer players.
People are thinking it's soccer players, but it apparently is not a soccer player.
No.
It's not a soccer player. This person is very money, but it is not a soccer player.
I have the answer.
But you do have the answer.
Well, someone else, actually.
Someone does have it.
Yeah.
Jem, tell us who it is.
So Declan F.
Yes.
Rightfully guessed the answer, which is Mayweather.
Floyd Money Mayweather, #1 on that list. I believe the earnings $275 million. You know how we got all that money?
Just fighting?
Well, the fight with Conor McGregor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that big fight that everyone was watching last year, Conor McGregor, that's where he got the money, and that's why he's atop that list. Also, he was atop the Forbes Celebrity 100 list, so that's artists, that's athletes, entertainers. He's atop that list. You know who's #2? George Clooney. George Clooney.
That's a very eclectic list.
Yes, very much so.
The top 2 are separate from one another.
Exactly. Question #3 now. We go to a video featuring the athlete who is the most decorated in Olympic history. So we're going to show the video here of that athlete before we actually pose the question here. As you all know, most decorated Olympian. So yeah, Michael Phelps. Michael Phelps in the pool. The question we're going to ask you, how many Olympic medals has Michael Phelps won? He's the most decorated Olympian of all time. And most of those medals, if you're wondering, are of the gold kind.
He's just so good at what he does.
He's very good at what he does. He's very, very good at what he does. You know, he eats like tens of thousands of calories a day to keep that physique,
right?
A
lot of athletes eat so much.
No, but like Michael Phelps like devours a bunch of food, and like the wingspan on this dude. I mean, I'm a poor example of it here with the way I'm kind of waving my arms around here, but imagine like maybe like twice this. I don't have that big of a wingspan.
That's a lot of arms.
Jem, how big is your wingspan?
It's this big. It's as big as the camera's
I think one thing that I'm happy about here is that when we spread our arms out, our arms are not in frame, which normally wouldn't be a good thing, but it shows that we don't have like T-Rex arms.
Yeah, we have good normal size arms, I would say.
Jem, did someone get the answer?
Someone did get the answer.
Yes.
And it's Mahalo Jade, who correctly guessed 28.
28.
Yeah.
That's the number of medals Michael Phelps has won.
But Mahalo also wrote 23 and 24 and 23 afterwards, but I think they were just going through the numbers. But that doesn't matter. It's the correct answer.
28. Well, it's fun she said 23 because 23 gold medals. That's the number that Michael Phelps has in terms of gold medals. But in terms again, congratulations for getting that question right. #4. Can you identify which player uses this logo for their own personal brand? Jem, any guesses?
For this one?
Yeah, you know.
Not quite yet.
Yeah, you're not a sports person. I was hoping you'd like come up with some like
my
random.
guesses.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was hoping you'd come up with some like random like it's like I don't know what that is. Like. I think also, I mean, I have another hint here, but I should mention, I mean, the colors for that logo, I think should also be indicative for what team this person plays for, which could also tie into who this person actually is. But this person, a lot of people like this guy. This guy's pretty successful.
All right.
Do we have the answer?
We do have the answer.
All right, who is it?
It's Declan F. once again.
Wow.
Yeah, he says Brady, Tom Brady.
It is, in fact, Tom Brady, the TB12, arguably the greatest quarterback of all time. Do you think he's the greatest quarterback of all time? Just write something in the comments. But yeah, that is the logo for his own personal brand. Let's get to question #5.
Let's do it.
So we have a sports question that incorporates a movie. I know there's a lot of movie holics here on the WatchMojo platform,
Oh, yeah.
so I think they'll enjoy question #5. So we all know Michael Jordan had a starring role in this 90s cult classic, as we're going to play a clip here to show you what classic that is.
I wet myself.
Little pipsqueaks just turned into superstars.
Jem, I know you're not a sports person, but you know what movie that is, right?
Of course, I've seen Space Jam multiple times.
Come on, like you're in you're in the 90s, you're a little kid or a teenager, who knows how old you are, and it's Space Jam. It's a part of
such a good movie.
Everyone's part of the 90s. Which former Phoenix Sun was in that cast? Michael Jordan obviously gets a lot of attention for being in. He was the star, but which former Phoenix Sun, an NBA Hall of Famer, was also in that movie. There were a bunch of other NBA players in it as well. Just listing some off the top of my head without mentioning the answer. Larry Bird was in that movie. Larry Johnson was also in that movie. Muggsy Bogues, he was the small guy.
Right. They all get their powers stolen by the little aliens.
Yeah, and they turn into the Monstars.
That was a great game.
Yeah.
In the movie?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I think like the refereeing, though, could have been a little better. There were a lot of fouls.
Yeah, well, you
I think
know.
they could have called it a little better.
They were trying to, what was it, conquer the planet or something?
Yeah,
what do aliens do?
How are we doing in terms of the comments? Did we get the answer?
I have an answer, yeah.
You have an answer?
I do. It's from Bright Mist.
Okay.
Who says Charles Barkley.
It is Charles Barkley, who, one of his nicknames, the round mound of rebound. Imagine being the round mound. I mean, well, Charles Barkley now is a little bit more rounder than he was playing in the NBA. Please don't come for me, Charles. But yeah, Charles Barkley is the answer to question number 5. He was also in the movie. I think there's also a scene in Space Jam where he starts playing with the kids and he doesn't have his powers anymore and he gets embarrassed by kids.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a funny scene.
It was. Question 6 now, a bit more current now. Johnny Manziel in the news. If you've been wondering, whatever happened to Johnny Manziel? He was the man up in college. He was playing in the NFL. He's in the Canadian Football League now. He actually was just traded to the Montreal Alouettes. That's where he's playing now. But yeah, he's trying to resurrect his professional career. And as you all may know, he won a Heisman Trophy while playing in college. The question we like to ask here is, which college did Johnny Manziel play for? People in America love college football.
That's what I've heard.
They love college football. Like they'll go to games and they'll pack all those stadiums, and it is just insanity. They're diehard fans. I spent a year in the States, I should say. And I went to Syracuse University. Shout out to anyone in the comments who happens to have any affiliation with Syracuse University. And people loved it there. But I'm sure, as we may get the answer coming in on the comments, we may have some college football fans there as well. But the school that Johnny Manziel went to, they loved Johnny when he all around him. They were all celebrating him. And he saw some success in the years he was there. Do we have the answer?
I do.
All right.
Yes. So Hunter Harjo, once again, with the correct answer. Texas A&M.
Texas A&M, the Aggies. That is the university college that Johnny Manziel played for. Also, everyone who has gotten more than one answer right, stick around. You may be able to get a special prize.
Ooh.
Special prize.
Very special. Question
number 7. Before we knew this actor as a big movie star, or even a prominent wrestler, he played football. And we're going to show a clip of this gentleman right here. The prominent actor / wrestler. Jim, can you smell what The Rock is cooking?
It smells burnt. Based on the clip we just
smells burnt. Yeah, that's The Rock from a skyscraper. Yeah. Very good point. Yeah, this is a fire, so of course it would smell burnt. The question we like to ask here, what college did The Rock play for when he played football? So we asked Johnny Manziel what school he played for. What school did The Rock play for when he played football in the early 90s? Playing college football, the first year he played, he won a national championship.
I'm not surprised.
So this guy's a winner. This guy is a winner. Won a national championship back in the year 1991 with the university. You got to guess what that is. Do we have the answer?
They're coming in.
They're definitely coming in. I wonder how long it'll take for people to get it. One other random thing I'll just kind of bring in here. There's a scene in a Fast and Furious movie, I forget which one, but The Rock is in a hospital bed and the TV is on, and for a quick moment, you can see he's watching a football game, and it happens to be the one that he's in where he's making a sack before it cuts to a breaking news clip. So that's just a weird random one. But The Rock played football, and the university he played for was,
as the big Jactus says, University of Miami.
The U.
The U.
Yes, yes, he played for the U, the University of Miami. Here's another interesting fact. The Rock played as a defensive lineman for the U, won his championship in 91. In 92, he comes back to play. He loses his starting job to future NFL Hall of Famer Warren Sapp. So yeah, the NFL, Warren Sapp obviously doing his thing in the NFL, legendary Hall of Fame player. He takes over for The Rock.
That's impressive.
That is very impressive. So yeah, that is the answer to the University of Miami. Question number 8.
Let's go.
Do you like golf?
I've played it once.
You played golf?
Like, I golfed once instead of playing golf.
Who's the one professional golfer you know?
There's Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods. That's pretty much it. Okay, that's not completely true. Tiger Woods. In contention for this past weekend's British Open. Didn't end up winning, but he obviously did a really good job. Everyone was really happy about the fact that he looked good again. He was in search for his 15th major championship, and we're about to show you a clip from his very first one. We're about to show you a putt where he clinches his first ever championship.
There it is, a win for the ages.
Exuberance. The question we ask here, what year did Tiger Woods make that putt? I can tell you the tournament. I don't know if the caddy's hat gave it away, but it was at the Masters.
Wasn't the Masters.
It was at the Masters, but what we're looking for here is what year.
What year was it?
What year did that happen? Tiger Woods was 21 years old.
21.
When he won his first major championship, the first of many to come. But yeah, he's still in search for his 15th major championship. And Jem, do we have the answer here?
Some people were getting very close, but then I saw the answer.
All right, Jem.
HC History correctly guesses 1997.
1997. What were you doing in 1997?
I was 4 years old in Istanbul, probably growing up.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're around the same age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
The more you know with Jeb. That could be a segment here on WatchMojo. But yeah, 1997 is the answer. Let's go to question number 9.
Let's do it.
This might be a bit of a tough one, but I like going into these kind of weird sports history ones. The first World Series, this is a baseball question, was held in 1903. The Boston Americans, before they were even the Boston Red Sox, were the winners, and they won that series 5-3. It was a best of 9. We're used to more best of 7 stuff now, but the first World Series was a best of 9. The Boston Americans won it. The question we ask here, which team did they beat in the final? Ooh. So you got to go all the way back to 1903.
That's such a long time ago.
That is very long.
I didn't even know people did sports back then.
People did sports in a weird, I don't know. You got to watch like old footage of people doing sports. I mean, no disrespect, but they were nowhere near as athletic as the talents that we see now.
But like that's the thing. Like now, athletes use like science to kind of like optimize their every single movement. It's crazy.
Yeah, and then you have these guys in 1903 who probably smoked like how many packs before a game?
During the game.
During a game, even. Well, smoking cigars. Who knows? Yes. Do we have the answer?
Yes. The answer is from Ryan Como, who guessed the Pirates.
The Pittsburgh Pirates were the first losers of the World Series. The Americans, as you all know, changed their name to the Red Sox in 1908. And then they won a World Series a couple years after that, and then they went on this like 80-something-year-old curse. Yeah,
I've heard about that.
Yeah. I don't like the Red Sox that much. Let's not spend that much time on them. Question number 10, the final question. We've already reached the end. This has been so fun.
It's very fun, yeah.
Kawhi Leonard. He was obviously getting talked about a lot during this NBA offseason, and he's finally been traded to the Toronto Raptors. Yeah, I know a lot of people can't believe that either. In 2014, this happened.
The fans of San Antonio know how great you are, and now the whole world does. You are the 2014 Bill Russell MVP.
Yep, Kawhi Leonard won a championship with the San Antonio Spurs and a Finals MVP, and he was the 3rd youngest player to do so. The question here is, Who was the youngest and second youngest to win a Finals MVP? It's a bit of a trick question.
Two answers here.
It's a trick question.
Ooh.
It's a trick question. Who is the youngest and second youngest player in NBA history to win an NBA Finals MVP? Played for the Lakers.
Played for the Lakers.
Played for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Okay. What else did he do? Did they do?
Played for the Lakers. Played for the Lakers. That's the one hint I'm going to give. And I think that's already easy enough.
Yeah. And
I think even the fact that I may have even implied that it could have been one person might even be easy enough. Did we get it?
Seems like it.
I think we got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I have the answer here.
Tell me, Jeff.
It's the Big Jactus with Magic Johnson.
The Big Jactus, did he only win something?
Yeah.
It's like 2 or 3 times now.
We have a bunch of double answers in the comments.
Okay, so that's still cool though. But yes, Magic Johnson. If you can do anything, if Magic made it, and he did it. He won the Finals MVP. He's the youngest at 20 years, 278 days in 1980. 2 years later, he wins again at 22 years and 298 days. So yeah, those were all 10 questions. Congratulations to everybody that won.
Yeah.
They get some sweet Mojo merch. Jem, are you able to kind of say like how the winners were able to get their prizes? Tell the camera, tell the people at home.
Yeah, so if we called out your name because you got one of the answers right, send us an email at knowyourmojo@watchmojo.com. You can find that email address in the description below as well. And, you know, in case people have forgotten who have won, let me just read through the answers again.
Yeah.
The winners, at least. So we have Hunter Harjo, Declan F, Mahalo Jade, Declan F once again, Bright Mist, Hunter Harjo yet again, The Big Jactus, HC History, Ryan Como, and last question, The Big Jactus.
Telling you, man, all these repeat winners, you're going to get some special prizes for winning more than once. Congratulations if you won once, and congratulations, and just, you know, thanks so much for playing everybody.
Yeah.
You know, you will all get something. I think we have another special prize for them as well in the description of this episode as well. Jem, this has been so fun.
It's been fun, yeah.
I really enjoyed this. For Jem, my name is Julian. Thank you so much for watching Know Your Mojo Sports Edition, and we will catch you all next time.
See ya.